I swear, I keep saying I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get my hair done, and I just end up waking up and just gelling it up. I have to get my hair done this week. Zazeni, we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Nairobi, episode 1, season 1. Listen, those girls did not disappoint. They did not disappoint. We are coming for you, Daban. We're coming for you. Listen, Daban is still holding the #1 spot in Africa. It really is. Like, I don't think anyone can beat Daban. So Nairobi started off really well. Like, the fashion was there, the richness was there, the editing was amazing, the producing was amazing, the sound was amazing. Abuja, I'm talking to you. But they did well, and kudos to Nairobi. I hope you continue like that. Like, don't disappoint, just continue like that. Let me start talking about the best tagline. For me, the best tagline was Minnie's. It's Minnie, right? Minnie K. Minnie's tagline was amazing. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. And I feel this is how Minnie is gonna finish, because the first episode, she is the star. She is, for me, she is the star. Minnie is the star. There are a couple of things I'm gonna get into Minnie, but I loved Minnie. Let me tell you, Lisa's tagline was "Life is so amazing." That is the shortest tagline in Housewife history. I think that is the shortest tagline in Housewife history. That's simple and short. It starts over with Susan Kaitani. First of all, Susan Kaitani, you look good for someone who's turning 40. Okay, I'm guessing now you've already turned 40, because while shooting you were going to turn 40. Your body looks amazing. Some of us are struggling and we're not even near 40, but your body really looks amazing. You look beautiful. Susan is divorced and has 2 beautiful kids. She's a lawyer by profession, and then she owns Posh Palace and she owns Polished. So all those deal with beauty. Susan calls the second housewife Sonal Maherali, but Sonal says for us, we are calling her Generali. Listen, Sonal, I'll call you Generali anytime. So Sonal is also divorced. She does have kids. Sonal is a luxury connoisseur. Listen, when they showed us Sonal's closet and her shoes,
she's rich, honey. She's rich.
Susan invites Sonal over to Posh Palace. But the thing that made me like, is Susan said her and Sonal are besties, like they're good friends. But Sonal has never been to her studio, the Posh Palace. So I was like, you're not friends like that then. If a best friend, you must have come to my place of work, right? But it's cool. We have to start from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So Susan and Sonal meet and they're getting their money babies. And immediately Sonal comes in, she's like, listen, I was at a party the other day and I'm a bit hungover. And you know what happens if you're hungover, just pop another bubbly. And I was like, Sonal, anataka kutoa lock. I love Sonal. So they pop a bottle of champagne and start drinking, and then they start talking about their divorce. Susan was like, I just got my divorce. I think Sonal was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Susan was like, nope, I'm happy about it, I'm fabulous about it. And I was like, Susan must have gotten a nice amount of money. Susan secured the bag. Unlike Ashley, Susan secured the bag. We also learned that Sonal is also divorced, and Sonal doesn't think that she can fall in love with someone else. Like, she feels like she still loves her ex-husband. But they're cool. The co-parenting is cool. And I'm guessing also for Susan, her co-parenting is good because the bitch is happy. So Susan invites Sonal to her event, the Sip and Scent. So basically they'll be drinking while smelling fragrances. She also calls Dr. Maria. Dr. Maria is in Romania, so she FaceTimes Dr. Maria. She was at the gym and she invites Dr. Maria to the event. Dr. Maria says she has problem with her flights, but if she'll be able to make it, cool. If not, it's cool also. So the third housewife they introduce us to is Vera Sidika. And if you're from Kenya, you do know who Vera Sidika is. Like, everybody knows who Vera Sidika is. So Vera is married to Brian Mauzo, and Vera says she calls Mauzo Fred. I was like, that's his name. Fred is his name. Why did Vera not say what Brian Mauzo does? I'm being shady. Vera says she has a kid and she's expecting. Listen, I feel so bad that we I don't know if it's we or it's just what was in Vera's mind. We gave her so much pressure, and I'm saying this in a very respectful way. Vera put so much filters on Asia so that people can see that Asia is a light-skinned child. Asia is a gorgeous baby girl. Like, she is a really beautiful girl. You don't need to try and show the world that she's light-skinned. She's a very beautiful, and I don't want to say she's a very beautiful dark-skinned girl because that's like a backhanded comment, but Asia is a beautiful girl that you don't have to filter her up so that people cannot insult you. Because Vera bleached her skin, and everyone was like, just because you bleached your skin doesn't mean you're going to get a light-skinned child. And I think that thing affected her in a way, and that's why if you go to her Instagram pages, you'll see how much Asia is filtered up. But on the show, there is no filters, and you get to see Asia as she is, and Asia is really a beautiful girl. She really is. She's gorgeous. When Vera started rapping, it was so cringy. When Vera started rapping, it was so cringy. It was so cringy. I was like, Vera, stop it. She's like, I love hip hop, I love Nicki Minaj. You're like, stop it, Vera. That is not the wrong road, Vera, wrong road. So Amina comes over. That's Vera's friend, and they didn't show us the whole house. I'm pretty sure they'll show us eventually. But Vera's house is really beautiful. It really is. Her house looks nice. I wonder who has the best house. But her house looks nice though. So Amina is Vera's friend, comes over, sits down. Amina bought chocolate and ice cream. That's what Vera is craving while she's pregnant. She did say her first pregnancy she was craving that also. And Vera is like, I got you a gift also. So she has some Christian Louboutins. She says she traveled recently. I was like, okay, Vera, okay. We see your socials, but okay. So she calls Sonal, and they speak. Sonal tells her, have you ever been to Oysters and More? And she's like, no, but I've heard about it. Okay, so let's do dinner tomorrow at 5:30. The thing is, Vera is pregnant. Can you eat oysters and can you drink? Because she's like, I can't have a lot of bubbly. Or maybe she was drinking something else, but I don't know. So they're gonna meet up the next day at 5:30. So Susan goes to meet Lisa. So Lisa is the next housewife that they introduce us to. Lisa is a mother of two. She was born in Moshi. She was born in Tanzania, but she has lived in Kenya for 29 years. So Lisa tells us that she was diagnosed with stage 4 she said almost stage 4 cancer. She didn't tell us what type of cancer it was, and it was 2016, and apparently the doctors gave her 10 days to live, which is 2023, and the bitch is still here. I felt like that we're probably going to get the deeper story about that. But I was like, man, doctors really tell you some things, and you're just like, what the fuck? Can you imagine if you are a weak person, not weak person, like if you just cannot handle it, and the doctor just says you have 10 days to live? Some people just kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that faith. So for her to be here right now, after being told you had only 10 days to live, that's a really good sign. And I hope she's cancer free. So Lisa says that she founded the first ever all women safari rally, which I think is so dope. I'm pretty sure she's really fun. And also she's an entrepreneur who works with local artists, because she was showing us candles, bangles. So she does, you know how white women are, they love African culture, so she does work with local artists. So Susan is talking to her, and Susan is like, Susan, I feel like, Lisa, you're more Kenyan than everyone because you know how to speak fluent Swahili. And Susan in the confessionals is like, I got an A in Swahili. I know it might be surprising. And I was like, what the fuck? I hate when people act like you're Kenyan. You are Kenyan. You can speak Swahili. Do you see how the Durban ladies are? Nonku, Mbali, Sli, Lassie. They did not pause it. If their English is not coming out right, they switch to Zulu. And it's not looked down upon. I don't know why here in Kenya we look down upon people speaking Kiswahili. And we'll talk about it later on because it also happened later on. Like, where's your shida nini kama unajua kuongea Kiswahili? It's our national language. It is our language. English is not really our language. You know, it's a colonized language. And if a white woman can speak fluent English, you know, and she threw a little bit of shade because she said Tanzanians speak fluent English, but Kenyans, tumeharibu, we speak shade, which is true. Now Swahili is kind of messed up compared to Tanzania's Swahili. They beat us when it comes to Swahili. They really beat us. We messed our Swahili up, okay? But don't get it twisted. When it comes to studying Swahili kwa books, we're good at it. Some of us, not all of us, but we're good at it. So when this bitch was like, I got an A in Swahili, I was like, bitch, that's not a flex that you think it is. It really is not a flex that you think it is. You should be able to talk Swahili, okay? Susan invites Lisa to her event, says it's sip and send, and says that it's a black, the dress code is black. And that, I felt that was classy, right? So Sonal is already at Oysters and More at 5:30 waiting for Vera Siddiq. 5:30, where's Vera? 6, where's Vera? 6:30, where's Vera? 7, where's Vera? Vera strolls in at 7:30. Vera, you have to be considerate of people's time. Like, tardiness is really not classy. You have to be considerate of people's time, period. And I love Sonal telling her, like, Vera, you kept me waiting for 2 hours. That wasn't right. Vera was like, okay, Vera, at the table, she was like, I'm sorry, that wasn't right. But at the confessionals, Vera's like, I wake up 10 hours, sometimes I'm late. I get it, sometimes it does happen, but we have to be wary of people's time. Time is money. So they're talking, and Sonal just asked her straight up, listen, I saw your post of you saying that you don't have an ass anymore. You guys remember the post that Vera did, that her plastic surgery messed her up and she had to remove the back implants, and she did that Photoshop that was not true. And then Sonal was like, well, her Photoshop, I even was concerned about it, but I can see it's all there. The ass is all there. So the ass is just there. You know, Vera does have a big ass though. And Vera is saying, you know, people always say that I've had surgery, but I've never had surgery on my bum. I've done my teeth, I've done my boobs, and I was like, Vera, you're forgetting one thing that you're not saying. You've done your skin. You've bleached your skin. Or for your case, you've lightened your skin. Vera Siddiqa. And Vera said the reason that she did that was because she's been off grid for like 7 months after she gave birth to Asia, and then she was like, let me pop with this app. Then Sonal was like, Vera, just say you did it because of the music video. And then like Sonal was just like, let's stop this. Or you're gaining weight, or people say this about you. Nah, you did this because of your music video, and she did it because of the video. She needed views, and that's why I'm saying the cloud chasing in Kenya is really too much. It really is. It's too much. And so even Sonal in the confession was like, at least she's honest. She did it for the likes and clicks, and you know. So it's the day of the Sip and Send event. So it's the day of the event, and it's happening at Tribe Hotel. Lisa comes first, and she's like, she's very punctual. If you tell her it's this time, it's this time. Even if I don't know why I'm getting in on Vera so much, because I think also as Africans, or rather Kenyans, most of us don't keep time like that. Like if you tell us it's 3 o'clock, we're not going to be there at 3 o'clock, right? But also making someone wait for 2 hours, that's too much, you know? You can be late like 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, that's a long time. So Sonal comes in. Sonal was in this nice black suit with some gold in it. Sonal looked like a general. Let me just say that. Sonal looked nice. Susan comes in a helicopter, and she came in with Michelle Mtalami, who brought stupid drama later on. Susan came in, and she said her hellos, and she went to change. She was not so late, and she went upstairs and changed. Well, Susan comes down with this yellow, big, puffed dress, and Susan's like, I told everyone to wear black because I wanted to pop. I just didn't want competition. I was like, Susan reminds me of Chanel or Dubai, Real Housewives of Dubai. I don't know. Susan reminds me because Susan is over the top. Even the hair is over the top, but she looks nice. So they go over to sit down, and they're waiting for the others, and then comes in Dr. Maria. Dr. Maria is not a main cast, and I feel the reason she's not a main cast is because maybe she's back and forth in Kenya, Romania. So I feel like that's the reason. And also, not everybody wants to talk about their life, kabisa. Like, you know, when you're a main cast, we have to talk about your man, your children, your this, we have to see them or something. But I feel like she didn't want to do that. That's why she's not a main cast. But I'm guessing she's a friend of. So we are introduced to her though, but she does have a confessional. So Dr. Maria Atieno Vial. I love how she said her name. She's an ENT surgeon, and she's also an aesthetics practitioner. I was like, yes, black woman, yes, African woman, yes, Kenyan woman. The only thing I was pissed off is she was like, her clinic is in Eastern Europe, and I wasn't pissed off at her. I was just pissed off at us as a country. Like, this is a whole ass talent that is outside there and not here in us. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. And her clinic is black owned, so I don't know if it's her clinic or she's partners with other people or she works there, but she did say her clinic. So her clinic is black owned, and is the only clinic in Eastern and Central Europe. I was like, kudos, bitch. To a Romanian guy. They've been married for 5 years, I think 5 years, and they've been together for 8 years, something of the sort. She recently found out that she was pregnant, but they couldn't hold the pregnancy, and for medical reasons, and they had to let it go. Losing a child before you get to see a child is a different kind of pain. It's sad. It's sad. And she decided to shave her hair, cut her hair, and shave it all just for like a rebirth, to symbolize a rebirth. And I felt like that was her way of dealing with it. You have to find a way of dealing with such loss. if you have to find a way of dealing with such loss. And I felt that I love how she looks. I love how she looks with the short hair, and she has the African features. You know, she's low, so she has those African beautiful features. She has that face, that striking face, the cheekbones, the head is popping, her body was snatched. Dr. Atieno, Dr. Maria, you look nice, bitch. You do. So they're sitting down and everyone is asking who else is coming. And they said they're waiting for 2 people. They said Vera. They didn't mention Minnie's name. So Dr. Maria was like, I don't know her, I've never met her. Lisa is like, Lisa's like, I've never even heard of her. So I don't know which world Lisa lives in, but clearly it's another bubble, wealthy bubble, that she doesn't even know who Vera is. So Sonal says she's really a sweet girl, people just misunderstand her. And Dr. Maria made a comment and said it's how she portrays herself. And I was like, yeah, it's how also she portrays herself. Because I from what I had seen, Vera really like looks like a sweet girl, woman, lady. She does have her faults, but she does look like a sweet lady. Dr. Maria was a bit shady, and I felt like she already had a problem with Vera. Not a problem, but I think she already was like, I don't associate myself with such women. I felt she already had that, but it's cool. And then Vera comes in. She was late again. And even Sonal was like, oh my god, you're late again. Vera comes in, she was looking beautiful, sits down, says hello, and even Lisa's like, I don't know who this girl, everyone knows who this girl is, I just don't know who she is. Vera's like, everybody knows me. They talk about me in State House. I love a delusional housewife. You know what? I don't care. I love a delusional housewife. Vera is a delusional housewife, and we love her on TV. We love a delusional housewife. Vera said she's the most Googled celebrity in Kenya. I checked, baby girl, it's Kashagwa. It is our deputy president. Yeye ndio anasachiwa sana. But you know what, Vera will give you are the most Googled celebrity in Kenya. It's cool. We love a delusional housewife, okay? Minnie comes in. So Minnie is the next and last housewife that they introduce us to. When Minnie comes in, she's saying hi, and she came in an orange dress. Susan is already pissed off, like, why did this bitch come in an orange dress? My dress code was black. And Minnie in the confessions like, I don't like wearing black. I like my men in black, but I don't like wearing black. I was like, it's okay, Minnie. You're kind of overdoing it, but it's sour too. It's a good line. And then Lisa was like, I saw this girl and I looked at her and she looked really cheap in her blonde wig. And it's true. That blonde wig, Minnie did not do it justice. It did not. That blonde wig looks horrible on you. Minnie is the youngest housewife. They didn't tell us her age, but Minnie is the youngest housewife. Minnie is an entrepreneur also. She's an actress, and I love her character in Single Kiasi, which is also in Showmax. I love her character. Minnie is married and has a 5-year-old daughter. And then Minnie goes ahead to say at some point her and her man broke up because there was some baby mama issues. And then the guy decided to come back, ask for forgiveness, and tell her that apparently the guy cheated and had a baby on her. But she forgave him, and they're cute together now, and they look amazing. They show us doing the TikToks, and I really love their dynamic. I did. They look so comfortable with each other. I love how Minnie is authentic. Really, Minnie is authentic. She does overdo it a bit, but she's really authentic. Like, what you see is what you get with Minnie. So I love that about Minnie. So they go sit down to have dinner, and Susan goes to change. Oh, Susan. She didn't look good though. So they're all at the dinner table, and there's small conversation, and then Dr. Maria starts saying, but she used to be 110 kgs, and I am looking at that woman and I'm saying 110 kgs, and now she looks like she's 60 or something. 110 kgs, where? Because she really looks fine. Listen, this woman looks nice. She did. 110 kgs is like, everyone's like, how did you lose all that? I'm pretty sure people are like, how did you lose all that? Please tell us how you lost all that. And she was like, she moved to Romania, and I guess culture shock, and I guess she didn't have anything to eat. I don't think that's the truth, but okay. And she lost a lot of weight. And then Susan said, I heard that you were called a monkey. And she said yes. And I felt so sad because I can imagine the amount of racism she went through. Then Susan asked Minnie, so what's your background? And Minnie says, so I'm an actress, and that's what I felt was good for me. And while she's telling it, then Dr. Maria asked, so how do you deal with the pressure? And Susan was like, ask Vera, because Vera is the one who gets the most. Vera is the one who's known more. So how does Vera deal with the pressure? And before Vera could even say a lot, Dr. Maria just went in on Vera. And Dr. Maria, this is what I'm going to say about before I say what I want to say. Dr. Maria went in on Vera. She didn't approach it correctly, but what she was saying is true. What Vera did, saying that, oh, I had complications with my plastic surgery, I had to remove my butt implants, and then her coming and say, oh please, it was just cloud chasing, my butt is real, blah blah blah, you haters thought I removed my butt implants. You know what Dr. Maria was trying to say is, a lot of women who have done these plastic surgeries have ended up having problems with the implants. For example, K. Michelle, if anybody knows K. Michelle has almost died because the implants have ended up messing her up. Like, her body started rejecting the implants, and she had to remove almost everything. Actually, she did remove everything. She removed her butt implants, her boob implants, she removed any foreign thing that she put in her body. She's still recovering until now, and it's been years. It's been like 4 or 5 years. So what Dr. Maria was saying was true. You should not like cloud chase something like that. Don't act like what even people online, I was seeing people online saying, why is Dr. Maria coming at Vera like that? This and this and this. But what she was saying was true. How she approached it was wrong. And I love that Vera did not respond immediately. She just listened fast, because I'm pretty sure even Vera in her mind, she's like, yeah, it wasn't the right thing to do. But then again, Vera lives in Kenya where this thing is acceptable. Cloud chasing is acceptable in Kenya. If she did that in the States, she should have been cancelled. If Vera did that in the States, she should have been cancelled, because people would have been like, yo, Vera, people are dying from some of these surgeries. People are losing their lives. So you can't come here and pretend and cloud chase over this and expect people to be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So for me, Dr. Maria was right. How she approached Vera, it was a bit tricky. It was like you had this vendetta. But what she was saying was right. And Vera, I need you to be quick on your reads. Your confessionals, you're a kiki, you're funny as fuck. Your confessionals, you're funny, Vera. But I need you to be quick on your feet when you're face to face with someone. Because the only thing you could say was, oh, she's securing the bag. Her bag is secured. The bitch is a doctor. The bitch is a surgeon. The bitch is married to a rich guy in Romania. The bitch has her own clinic. Believe me, I'm pretty sure her bag is good. Even she was saying, Vera, I wish you could see my bag. It's very secured. So you didn't read her. Vera, I need you to be quick. Face to face, you gotta be quick. Confessionals, you're funny. And then the other thing that pissed me off with Vera saying, I think she's a doctor of what did she say? Facials? Nah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. One thing we're not going to do when a black woman has a degree like that, we're not going to downplay that. We're not going to downplay that. She is a doctor. We gotta give her some respect. We will give her some respect on that. The other shade that you were saying, I don't know if she's angry or crying. That was funny. When they switched to her and she was just like this. You don't know if she's crying or she's happy or she's sad, but I'm guessing she has done some Botox, so her face is just like that shade better. That was good, okay. But her shading her credentials, I'm not for that. I'm not for that. So everyone is coming at Dr. Maria and saying, except Sonal, because Sonal said she is coming from this is her profession. She knows what she's talking about. So, but Minnie is like, yo, this is how Kenya is. This is how people clout chase. And then Minnie with the best shit. Minnie was like, Vera has been able to sustain herself in this industry for 8 to 10 years. Even though she's not talented. I was like, Minnie. I was like, Minnie. But it's true. It is true. Vera has been able to stay relevant for 10 years. Even though she's not talented, she has been able to stay relevant for 10 years. And that is still something. That is still something. Dr. Maria was jet lagged, exhausted. She was like, you know what, ladies, bye, I'm leaving. Salami comes and sit down and starts going off on Minnie. Because she started like, yo, Michelle, what's good? Minnie, what's good? Like, this is a Nicki Minaj reference. Minnie's like, what's up? Hi, how are you? We always see each other. We always only say hi, like we don't talk. And Michelle is like, no, let's be real. You're a bitch to me when we see each other. And Minnie is like, what are you talking about? We don't know each other like that. So I'm guessing it's the I know you, you don't know me, another case. What would Housewives be without such drama? And Michelle is like, I'm also a boss bitch, just like you. So you're always catty to me, you're always bitchy to me. And Minnie is like, where the hell is this coming from? Minnie through shade, like, you write Instagram posts, we write checks. I'm like, Minnie, I love Minnie's shade, okay? Minnie stood up. I don't know why Minnie stood up, but come to think of it, maybe Minnie stood up because she was like, no, I'm not going to engage. Let me disengage. And then Michelle said, enough with the champagne. And Minnie came back. Like, what's your problem? I am a boss bitch. I am a boss bitch. I am a boss bitch. And I was like, Minnie, if you say it's too much, then you're not really a boss bitch. You can't be praising yourself too much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then she said this, don't come for me unless I send for you. And I was like, come on. We're not going to use these lines from Atlanta. Come up with your own lines. Do not use other lines. And Michelle told her, you're not even saying it correctly. And that's when Minnie switched to Kiswahili. Now, Michelle, what is wrong with speaking Swahili? Because you're like, oh, now you switched to Kiswahili? Like, she was like looking down upon it, like acting like that's so little. Little bitch, that is our national language. Just like what Minnie said, it's our national language, boo boo. I'm a hustler. Minnie was like, Minnie hustler, usinicheze, Minnie hustler. I was like, Minnie, yes. The fuck, we can speak Swahili now. We want to speak whatever we want to speak. Minnie read that bitch. After that, Minnie just went off on that bitch and decided, let me just leave. And while she was leaving, Michelle was like, yeah, leave with that ugly ass blonde wig, which was true. That blonde wig was disgusting. But then Minnie was like, she's the CEO of Marini and she wears a wig. First of all, the wig that Michelle was wearing what the fuck was that? I was like, what the fuck was that wig? Like, you know, you're coming to film Real Housewives of Nairobi, and that's the wig you chose to wear. Bitch, please, fuck you. Minnie was mad. She left. She bumped into Lisa because Lisa had gone to the restroom. Bumped into Lisa, told Lisa, I'm leaving. I don't have to stay here with someone who just came with negative energy, and she left. Lisa heads back to the table. They all say, at least we all know each other now, and I know who I like and I don't like. And then they start twerking. Let me tell you, when Vera was twerking, Lisa was like this. She even said, like, I got seasick watching Vera's ass twerk, and Vera's ass was doing the thing. And then, what's her name? Susan tried to twerk. Susan has a really tiny ass. It's a cute one, but it's a cute tiny bum. Susan tried to twerk. It wasn't working out, and that's where the episode ends. I love this episode. I wish this is what they'll be bringing the whole of the season. It was really nice. We enjoyed it. We loved it. We enjoyed it. So I will see you next week, guys. Bye bye.